Well, what's up everyone? In this video, the next capital city I'm about to draw is going to be Tallahassee, Florida. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to work.
Tallahassee is the largest city in the Big Bend and the Panhandle region of Florida. So this city went through a pretty long history here. The indigenous people used to settle the area. Basically the Native Americans settled the area for many years before the Europeans came by. There was this empire called the Spanish Empire. This is one of the ginormous empires on planet Earth in history. That empire established their first settlement at St. Augustine, and they also they've been establishing numerous missions in the Appalachian territory. So before Florida existed, we had the Appalachian territory. This was during the 17th century when the Spanish Empire kept on establishing these missions, including the largest mission that's called the Mission San Luis de Appalachia. This got rebuilt partially by Florida, the state of Florida. There was this expedition led by Panfilo de Narvaez, who came across the Appalachian people. So they're the type of Native Americans that used to settle the area. There was another expedition named there was another expedition and this guy named Hernando de Soto. His expedition stepped foot in the Appalachian town of Anhaica. Before Tallahassee existed, we had this town called Anhaica. So this expedition was like during the 16th century. There was this weird claim about the Anhaica area being the first one to celebrate Christmas in the US. We don't know if that's actually true. We don't know for sure. There might have been other places that celebrated Christmas like maybe earlier than Florida. I don't know. It may be one of the first to celebrate Christmas, one of the first areas to celebrate Christmas, but moving right along here, Tallahassee is a Muskogean language that's generally translated as old fields or old town, stuff like that. It became a capital after Pensacola in 1824 during the 19th century, when Florida was the territory of Florida, or Florida Territory. Before the territory of Florida existed, we had the Spanish Florida, which was given by the Spanish Empire when they took over the area, and then it was called West and East Florida, and then it was called the Territory of Florida, and so on. It's simply called Florida now. Tallahassee's motto is Florida's capital city. Honestly, I don't like this motto. I feel like they should have came up with a much more superior motto. Maybe like trade and agriculture. Yeah, trade and agriculture, since Tallahassee is known for all of that stuff. Here's a fun fact about Tallahassee, Florida. The city was part of this civil rights era, or the civil rights movement that's been going on in the 1950s and 60s in the US. And it had its own bus boycott in 1956 that lasted several months. Another fun fact about Tallahassee is that during the US Civil War, it is the only capital city that's controlled by the Confederate to not be captured by the Union troops, and it's also the only one to not be burned, which is surprisingly lucky. There was an infamous event during the war that was called Battle of Natural Bridge. It took place near the area, near the city. This was a month before the conclusion of the war. This was in the year 1865. Tallahassee has some infamous landmarks, such as the Florida State University. So this city is huge for its like schools and everything. Florida A&M University, Tallahassee Community College, Florida State Capitol, Supreme Court of Florida, and Florida Governor's Mansion. Tallahassee is the birthplace of these famous people, such as the rapper T-Pain. This is the only person that I'm legitimately familiar with that was born in the city. Honestly, TV personality Wally Amos, football athlete Antonio Cromartie, and actress Kay Aldridge, and a bunch of other famous people that was born in the city. I'm not familiar with the rest of those people, except for T-Pain. When I was working on the drawing of Tallahassee, Florida, it started off slow, I guess. Yeah, it pretty much started off all sluggish and crap. And as I was making the progress, I started to work up some sweats on my face, and my armpits got unbelievably sweaty as I was working on the drawing. I roughly spent 2 hours working on the drawing, and I love how it turned out, although it's not like an A+ drawing. Well, I still enjoy the drawing. I still enjoyed working on the drawing, and I love how it turned out. I love using large pieces of paper when I choose to challenge myself, when I choose to, do these cityscape drawings. It's what I love to do, and I love making myself all sweaty.
Well, work here is done. Okay, here's the finished capital city drawing of Tallahassee, Florida. Yes, this drawing took a while for me to complete. I don't know for how long, and honestly, I don't even care. I give no craps. What matters most is finished drawing. This city doesn't have that many skyscrapers. It doesn't have that many buildings. downtown area. Drawing a bunch of these trees down was probably the most painful that I had to do. The sky looks a bit hideous. Closer look. Tallahassee, Florida, everyone. Okay, that is going to be the end of this video. Stay tuned for more content, and I hope this video was enjoyable to watch.
Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your time. Feel free to subscribe to this channel. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I love to connect with you people. And also, feel free to follow my Facebook page. So, I will catch each and every one of you guys later.